Joining me now, independent presidential candidate Evan McMullin. Evan, it's good to be back with me. I got to ask you about this news of the day. We only have plus 53 days until this election. Donald Trump finally conceding to not being a birther, wants to be a reformed birther now. Your reaction?
Well, I want to clarify, Thomas, it's good to be with you, but we're on the ballot in 11 states, and we're registered as a write-in in another number of states. The total is about 21. We'll be at 40 to 45 by November 8th, so we're doing well in that regard. Most Americans will be able to cast a vote for us. With regard to the birther conspiracy and Donald Trump's comments today, this has been a racist conspiracy that he's done more to promote than anyone else in this country. But what I'm concerned about mostly is that the Republican Party and Republican leaders continue to stand with Donald Trump, even as he builds on that racist conspiracy and has advanced what I believe is a bigoted, racist campaign for the presidency. He's been supported by the alt-right movement, which many people are learning about now for the first time. This is a white supremacist movement in the United States. And Donald Trump has been fueled, and he has signaled to this movement in such a way that they have supported his campaign, and even till today, to such a degree that he and Mike Pence will not condemn the alt-right movement. They will not disavow the alt-right movement. They even have a hard time saying that David Duke is deplorable. When I talk to Republicans in Congress about this, they acknowledge to me that this is dangerous, that it's destructive for the country. They acknowledge that Trump's relationship with Vladimir Putin is also dangerous for the country. But they will not disavow Trump. They will not speak against him because they're afraid of losing their seats. They're afraid of harming the party. And I think this is truly unfortunate because these leaders are putting the interests of the party and their own narrowly defined interests ahead of those of the country. I'm very concerned about this, Thomas.
Well, so you had a memo out from the campaign about the way to win the White House. And with 11 states, that's good, but will it be good enough? However, in this memo, you say the collapse of Donald Trump. That hasn't happened, Evan. In fact, in some national polls, we've seen him close the gap, edge out Clinton in certain key swing states. So how do you have a valid path forward? Or are you just trying to be a spoiler for Trump?
No, we're opposed to Clinton and Trump. Actually, the reality is that the closer this race gets between Clinton and Trump, the easier of a time we have in blocking both of them from obtaining a majority in the Electoral College. If the race is extremely close, then it could be decided by even just one state. And so the voters in that state will hold the key to either giving the election to one of them or blocking them both and electing me from that state so that we go to the House of Representatives, and the House of Representatives makes the final decision.
So Florida, let's talk about Florida specifically,
sure,
because
yep,
you got the nomination for the independent party there.
I did.
Struck from the ballot by the Florida Division of Elections. So how are you going to change that? Florida's pivotal.
Well, Florida's pivotal to the broader race, and we'd like to be there. But our strategy doesn't necessarily include Florida. But we would like to be there. I was nominated there, and we would like to be on that ballot. And we believe that we deserve to be on that ballot. The state's requirements were not applied evenly. The Reform Party, for example, didn't meet the requirement that the state used to keep me off the ballot. We were told by someone in the state that the governor doesn't like me and what I'm doing. And we know that he's a primary supporter of Donald Trump and is leading his super PAC. And so I believe that this is corruption. This is political corruption of the worst kind at a time when Americans deserve to see all their options and to cast votes for who they like. That's democracy, not leveraging rules unequally from different parties between different parties, which is what's happened in Florida.
Evan McMullin.